You know what? I did a video on here a few days ago about food stamps and people's food stamps being affected in November. But baby, I got to address this to the white people because what they need to know, not all black people are on food stamps. And y'all was in my comments saying, "Oh, you're going to miss your food stamps." Baby, I don't get food stamps over here. I pay for my groceries every single month without a problem. So y'all need to know that every black person is not on food stamps. Whole time, Meemaw is the one y'all need to worry about, and if her food stamps are going to be affected. So before you come over here, if I choose to do an EBT food stamp video, that doesn't mean that the food stamps are affecting me. Worry about your family and Meemaw and if her food stamps will be affected. Because last time I checked, you can go and Google it, white America is the biggest percentage of people that are on food stamps. You same people that didn't know Obamacare was the Affordable Care Act. So again, before you address me with any, "Oh, you're going to miss your food stamps," don't do it. Because like I said over here, I pay for my food. I don't get food stamps. Thank you.
I'm irritated. I woke up and now my EBT cannot purchase me no soda, no candy, no chip, no ice cream, no dessert, no nothing. And this not even really about me because I'm fortunate enough that if push comes to shove, I don't have to use that EBT. It's not even in my name. It's not my EBT part. I don't make enough that I can afford my groceries, but I make enough that if I gotta eat, then I can eat. But I'm thinking about people who don't even live within 5 miles of a grocery store. People who go and do their grocery shopping at the corner store because that's what's closest to them. And there's nothing for another 10, 15, 20 miles. And nobody has a car. Everybody has to take the bus. So you can only go to where the bus takes you.
Hold on, wait. It's a lot to unpack here before we even get started really that much into the video. What is she talking about? Most of the people where she lived, even in the inner city, the closest grocery store is not 20 miles away, number one. Number two, you just sat there and said that you didn't even need it. So if you don't need it, then why you still own it and why you still using it? And this is one of the reasons why the Trump administration started pushing people off of food stamps or requiring for them to do a certain amount in order to get it because a lot of people are truly taking advantage of the system. Let's continue.
And heaven forbid if you're disabled and cannot get there. And you don't have a caregiver or the necessities that you need to be able to make shit shake. No EBT, no EBT. Like, and I understand, like, okay, you can still buy your necessities, you can still buy your little pasta and your bread and your meat. But what about diabetics? What about the people who need the shit? Like, I don't understand. What's gonna? I don't understand why the baby can't have no chips. Why the baby can't have no.
I'm just floored right now at the level of ghetto-ness, and they all look the same. It's a septum ring theory. It's the nose ring theory. It's the hood booger bonnet theory. It's the I'm gonna make a video in my nightgown theory. You don't even have to try no more. They write the jokes themselves. They see exactly how they look when they jump on this device and they start having this conversation, and they still choose to still do this. Yet these are the people that we have to take care of with our tax dollars. Think about that. You go to work, you grind, you hustle, and the first 25 to 50% of whatever it is that you make, it goes straight to these people. And I'm not just talking about black people, white people, all of that, because the majority of the people that are on food stamps, even though it's a smaller percentage of their demographic, the majority of people, because they are the majority of the population, is white people also. So this is not absolving them either. I've done videos about white people and all of this other type of stuff. If I see bad rhetoric, that's who I do the video on, based off of what you guys send me in the email. So this is not like absolving anybody from anything, but like, am I supposed to take my advice from a hood booger? And y'all still having children?
My state officially put out the notice saying they are worried for the SNAP benefits for people for the month of November. I don't know Trump personally, but off what I know about him, I'm going to assume that he's trying to run this country to the ground. He's like the villain in the story where he feels ostracized. I can only imagine that you are getting towards the last leg of your life and you ran for presidency, but you didn't win concurrently. That has to hurt. Also, the only times you won were when you were racing against a woman, which is something unprecedented in these times when winning presidential races or being a part of them. We're seeing the rise of women in leadership, like Mexico having a woman president. But that has to hurt, that as a man, you only won against women and you didn't win back to back. Anyways, if you didn't know, majority SNAP holders are white people. They are the largest racial groups that receive SNAP benefits. Also, because you have to think about the Midwest, that's all predominantly white people. Not only is he attacking minority groups, he is attacking his people from the inside, because the fact that he won shows that he could have won back to back and you guys chose not to put him in that position. Conveniently, he chooses the month of feasting, a month where people come together to celebrate through food, to make sure that people don't have food. And while the average SNAP benefit holder is getting $200, which isn't even enough to cover months worth of groceries due to the economic crisis that we're living in, I want to say something, especially because the detriment of kids, babies, and the elderly. You need to start thinking outside the box. If you cannot get formula or you only have enough to get diapers, grab your baby. The hospital has unlimited formula. Don't tell them that you need formula, you don't have money. Be like, I don't know what's going on with my baby. They just seem to not be eating. Pretend, and take all the free formula you can get. You need snacks? Go there. Take the kids there and be like, I don't know, looks like they're flu. Da, da, da. They give them snacks or crackers, juices over there. Just go. Whatever government building has resources, make up with whatever story you need to. Heck, I even advise like warehouse truck drivers, the ones that take the groceries and brings them to the grocery store. Back in the day when they couldn't tax alcohol and whiskey was illegal, so people amongst themselves came together to provide themselves alcohol, do the same thing for your people. You work at the self-checkout, turn the other way if you see someone taking food. This is not a time to start blaming parties, because the sad part is that the elections are coming up November 4th, and what should be happening right now with the fact that people are about to have no food, both Democratic and Republican mayors, governors should be coming out and say, wait, pause, we have a serious humanity issue. The best thing you can do is not even protest. It is not even to flood the streets. It's to just not go out and vote at all. Because the fact they're carrying on with their campaigns, like this is normal, it's actually an insult and should be considered a war crime. This is more of a time for people to come together and not wait on the government to do anything.
People frequently claim that immigrants and poor black families are living off the system. They're on welfare. They're mooching. But here is the truth. The majority of people on public assistance in the United States of America are white, and most of them have jobs. They just don't make enough money to survive without a little bit more, because wages are low, rent is high, a lot of jobs don't come with benefits anymore. You can't have a job without a cell phone. You can't even find a job without the internet. But it's not poor people who are eating up the most dollars in public assistance. Nope, it's the middle class. It's people who can take mortgage deductions, and of course, corporations cashing in on subsidies. But nobody calls that a handout. SNAP, Medicaid, housing assistance, those aren't loopholes to help billionaires save some more money and line their pockets so that they can get more yachts or whatever they do with it. They're lifelines for millions of people. And here's the kicker. Those programs keep all of us safer and more stable. If you're mad that someone's getting help, maybe just look at why they need it, not just who they are. Think about this. A friend of mine said he grew up in a third world country, and he said that in those countries, petty theft and, pickpocketing and crimes like that are common because people have to do that to get enough money to buy food and to pay for a place to stay. That's going to happen in our country if we don't get curious. about where the waste in our government really exists.
Baby, white TikTok is in a frenzy, and while I have my voice right now, I'm gonna use that hoe. They don't understand how their SNAP benefits are being cut off in November. They literally thought when they heard SNAP benefits, it was only gonna hit the black folks, okay? Now I'm gonna say this. When the government shuts down, it does not just shut down for one particular group of people. It shuts down for everybody and they fucking mama. So yes, white people in the Midwest, these Appalachian white folks, y'all ain't gonna have y'all shit either. Now I am gonna say this, when you decided to vote for that man, you put a wild card on the table during Uno. You don't know which way this man is gonna go. And no, I am not blaming Democrats once again. They are holding the fucking line for the Affordable Care Act and Medicaid. Something you white folks on SNAP need. So y'all better buckle up. Now, if there's an uptick in shoplifting in grocery stores, if y'all see that shit, be like Pam on Martin. I ain't seen jack. Because we ain't seen none of it. Now, food banks are going to have a hard time because you already got federal workers that don't have any benefits whatsoever right now, are not getting paid. You also have people in the armed services that are not getting paid, that are lined up at those damn food banks. Now you got over 40-something million people that will not be receiving their SNAP that's going to need food as well. So I do expect an uptick in shoplifting. Do what the fuck you got to do to survive.
Give us our food stamps! 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 We want food, not politics!
They're acting like cutting us off is going to teach us a lesson. You know what it teaches? It teaches my kid to go to bed hungry. I worked my whole life, and now they say, figure it out. You can't figure out supper when the fridge is empty.
Finally, you get to see the true America. The stipulation has always been that black people are lazy, that black people are on welfare. Well, guess what? A lot of poor white people in the red states are now crying that they're not getting the EBT money from the EBT cards. Why? Because they are on welfare. They have 7 and 8 kids. Now the truth is coming out since Trump has slashed funding for the EBT and the SNAP programs. You see how many white people now are on welfare. So all this mythical stuff about black people being on welfare, oh, it's the blacks, it's the blacks, it's the blacks. Now you're seeing the real America, that it's not only black people on welfare, that there are a lot of white people on welfare also. There are a lot of white people, a lot of poor people living in those red states, and those red states that voted for Trump are now getting hit hard.
Hello my girl, good evening to you, or how you guys doing? Welcome back to this channel. Please do not forget to like, comment and share, turn on the bell notification, and that's which to upload a video be the first to be notified. Oh my goodness, ever since Donald Trump announced to cut the food stamps, this and that, you know, this white America, they thought that it will affect black America mostly, but now everything have turned around. It is affecting more of the white America more than the black Americas. Can you just imagine? I don't know why these black people, these white people always like to be comparing themselves with the black America. This is just too much. They should just stop it. It's just the color. They are not the one that create themselves. Yes, they are not the one that create themselves. Now see white Americans, they are protesting, they are doing this, they are doing that, they are complaining because of their children that need to be getting first Snapchat, this and that. So they are complaining so bitterly. It is not all about black. They should just stop it.